This morning, how you doing? Just wanted to wish you a nice morning. Today, let's talk about dedication. What is a dedication? A dedication is a message you heard which made you feel complete before the Lord your God. When you feel accepted by the inner you, something should take place. Something should happen. There should be a joy from within. I'll give you another example. In a book, a dedication is a short message in front of the book, showing acknowledgement to a person or maybe a group. And so, what message, right? The book is complete. So, we're going to say we are the book. It is complete. But there is a message before you even read the book. There is a message that that acknowledges someone or a group. But who are we acknowledging? What are we acknowledging? Well, let's get into it. Let's go to Nehemiah chapter 12 and let's look at verses 27 through 30. Because again, if this is a dedication and if it is an acknowledgement, right, that's before a book, in front of, then what is in front of you that's inspiring you? What short message is in front of your book? What quick message that did you receive that made you accepted, that made you complete and whole after all the rebuilding that you had to do? The decision, the choice to change, where did it come from? You had to make a choice. You had to make a decision. Yeah, something spoke to you, but it's always been speaking to you. What changed? You made a choice. You made a decision in your life to have change. And that's what this is all about. Who is the dedication about in the book? Yeah, it's about you and the inner you joining together, having complete understanding about you. This is about having puzzle pieces all over the board and finally being joined together as one. That's what this is about. So let's dig in on this dedication. Let's see what's going on. Because in verse 27, it starts off and says, now, right? Now at the dedication, right? At the sign, at the message. When you heard it now, what spoke to your heart? What encouraged you? What made you feel accepted? What did you hear in the inner you that made you feel complete, that made you feel protected by the Lord, your God, from within? It says, now at the dedication of the wall. Well, a wall is for protection. It's a border. Sometimes people say you're not supposed to maybe have walls, but you are supposed to protect your heart. And how does a person protect their heart? Protect their peace, where their peace resides. You have to build a wall around peace, around Jerusalem. You have to build a wall to protect your heart, because your heart is where your peace comes from. And when somebody penetrates that wall and destroys your peace, there has to be a rebuilding that happens. And here it says, now, at the sign of affection, whatever you heard that made you holy, whatever you heard that made you feel protected again, right? At the dedication of Jerusalem, where you felt that your heart was finally protected, that you was back complete and whole again. That they, and we're going to say, who is they? They might be you, the one that made the choice. It might be you, the one that decided to do what the inner you commanded you to do. And whatever you're not willing to work hard for from within, then you're going to pay for it in the physical. You're going to pay for it in the, maybe it could be working hard, right? Because you got to make a choice. Or it might be by a payment where you pay somebody to give you motivation. But one way or another, right, this dedication, we're all trying to find it. We're all trying to find a message to inspire us, to make us feel accepted, to make this understanding to return to Jerusalem, to the heart, right? So that we can have some type of praise, because when understanding reaches the heart, this is going to be a dedication with gladness, both with thanksgiving and singing, with cymbals and stringed instruments and harps. When we get an understanding, when we feel complete, when we get that message, when we seek out the Levite, the understanding within ourselves, and we try to unite all that together, united as one, then there's a praise that lifts up inside of us. That's why singers, rappers, all these people that make music, they make money. Because whatever you're not willing to generate from within, you will pay for in the physical. What you're not willing to do in the spiritual, you will pay for in the physical. And it could be in the form of currency, because you cannot self-generate it, but it sounds good. It motivates you. It makes you want to work out. It makes you want to do this. It makes you want to do that. It's because the singing is not generated within you. It's generated outside of you. But all of our singing should be generated by the message we heard that made us feel complete and accepted. And that message in front of the book, that acknowledgement of the hard work that you put in, that you listened to the Lord your God, and you put in the work spiritually. You studied, you did whatever you had to do. You maybe, when it was time to stop doing something, when it was rebuilding, you might have had to restrain from something, stay away from something. But you did that. The message you heard was a deposit, was real, and you felt it, you understood it, and you followed it. Singing and thanksgiving are a great building influence of man after they gain complete understanding of something, right? So in verse 28, and the sons of singers gathered together from outside around Jerusalem. So now that understanding was scattered around and understanding has united together. Now the sons of the singers, not the singers themselves, but the sons of the singers, the representatives, the character, the personality of the singers gathered together from outside Jerusalem. So that means that they were scattered. So even the character of joy and happiness and gladness of the praise has been scattered within you. But when you unite it together like a puzzle with different puzzle pieces and you connect them together, you can see the complete picture. And it's not scattered all about. So the sons of the singers gathered together from the outside around Jerusalem. There was around Jerusalem, they was building dwellings in villages um, to glorify man around peace. We are around peace. We are building cities around peace when we need to be united together in peace. And so the sons of the singers gathered together from the outside around Jerusalem, from the villages. And it says, now again, these villages are cities, like a suburb area. Like when you have everything in there, that's man's glory. That's not God's glory, right? So that's man's glory. So the sons of the singers from Jerusalem, because it says in verse 29, from the house, or what house means the abode of light and darkness. So there has to be a place where God dwells. Because when God said, let there be light, there was division. There was light and darkness. So a house is where there's light and where darkness resides. And that's the same thing within. Of Gilgal, and from the fields are the home of the wild beast, the fields of Geba and Azamath. For the singers, right, had built themselves, right? Again, man's glory. The singers, not the sons, but the singers, the parents. The parents built themselves. See, the parents have built cities. They have separated us. Our forefathers have done everything to separate us to where we are all around peace, but we can't be united in peace. We're united, we can see peace, but we're not in peace. We're not together, we're divided and we're separated. It says that the singers had built themselves villages all around Jerusalem, which means the parents are the singers, divided the children. So all the children are coming up in divided homes around peace and not united in peace. But now the children are coming together. Is that what we're seeing in this world today? Is that the children rising up and try to come together and be united from where their forefathers have separated them? Are they trying to come together and sing and give praise and not be separated no more, but united and joined together? When we have inner peace, when we have joined together within ourselves, when we have built that wall, when we have that message in front of the book, we are a different human being. That means we can be around anybody and feel complete. We don't have to have fear that keeps us separated. But we were born separated by the people who came before us. In verse 30, it says, then the priest or the chief ruler and the Levite, again, the Levite is what joins two people together. The Levite is what connects. The chief ruler is who you listen to, the Lord within. It says, then the priests that were scattered around, the understanding that was scattered around, they all came together, joined together, and purified themselves. Themselves. They didn't have to go to a building to get dipped in water. It was the message. And the priest, the ruler, within, purified themselves. And after they purified themselves, they purified the people. So once the inside of you is purified, the outside of you is purified. Then the gates are purified. And then at the wall that you built to keep that peace is purified. But that takes time. They didn't build that temple in one day. They didn't build that temple in 10 days. They didn't rebuild the temple and the wall and all that, or let's say the dedication of the wall. Let's say the wall itself, the completing of the wall after the temple is built and now we're trying to protect the heart. How long did it take to protect the heart? How long did it take to hear the message that everything is complete? Well, Scripture says it's probably 52 days. I'm going to say it can be 52 days or less. You don't know how God will move. What will be spoken into your heart to change everything in your life? And that's when the priest, which is the people that deliver the understanding, unite with the parents and the children, and we all come together and we worship unitedly and not divided. Let us come together just like you did. Remember, you was once separated within yourself, but you made a choice. Celebrate the choices you made, the dedication that you put in. Use that as a motivator and rise up the praise within you. Thanks again for listening.